Welcome back everybody, and I am going to opt to make restriction tubes and expand my storage. Um, so basically this restriction tube acts like a really long pipe, and for those unfamiliar with Redstone or Red Power's piping system, it uses distance to determine where to put items. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to replace one of these pipes with a restriction pipe, and it's basically going to tell it that you should never go down here unless there is no other path to it that doesn't have a restriction tube on it, or that is not 5,000 blocks long. So we're going to break this tube right here and place it. Voila. Alright, so now we have a restriction tube in place, and basically this is going to say go anywhere but this direction if there's a spot for it. And you might be asking, well, why would you want to do that? It's because the skeleton wants to come kill me. Haha, not a chance. Die, skeleton. Jeez, you're a little tougher than I thought you would be. So anyways, what we're going to do is we're going to expand out our barrel storage by just basically walking the barrels this way really far, and we'll put dirt, cobblestone, sand, and gravel into these guys. And we're basically going to make it so this is kind of our bulk storage right here. And just store everything up here for the while. So I need to put what materials I want where. Put some cobblestone there. Quick skip here. Alright, so the legwork is done. What I have done is I have crafted all of these barrels out. There's a lot of barrels on each side, and I'm likely to add a lot more. Basically I have tons of cobblestone storage, a bit of dirt storage. Over on the other side I have more cobblestone storage, sand, and then marble. I'm getting a load of marble already. So yeah. This is how my storage setup is. For the chests, you might notice that it's a little different. I have them staggered by distance. So as you might notice, that one starts one before that one, which starts one before that one, which starts one before that one, which starts one before that one. Basically it means these will all be filled up sequentially. So this is going to be filled up first, then this one. I manually moved all of this junk over to this chest because this was all from the surface, and then the bees, I just didn't want them filling up this chest. So hopefully this chest will fill up with all the goodies that we want. Coal, dusts, gems, rubies, diamonds. All the good stuff should come in here. All the bad stuff or spam stuff should go over there. And we'll all be happy. I need to get back all my stuff. I ended up building this chest over here just so that I could kind of get all my stuff organized because I had so little room in my inventory. I really need to do something about that, but for now this worked out pretty well, and I'm pretty happy with how it all came out. So yeah, we now have a much more functional quarry that uses red power relays as well as red power tubes. In the latter parts of this quarry, I probably will start shaping this up to be a full storage area and not just a current storage spot. But for now it is serving a brilliant purpose of being my storage spot, and while these guys are all glitched out and not working, these guys are all working perfectly fine, which I'm very happy about. And I actually have a lot of sand, which is really good because I've been needing sand, so I'm going to take a few stacks of this and head back into the house. But yeah, so I'm very happy with how everything's gone. Got our relay network running, and we can now officially start approaching forestry. So give me a moment and I'm going to get myself collected and prepared for doing forestry. Alright, so to get into forestry, we unfortunately now need to delve a bit deeper into some of their other trees. What we're aiming for is to achieve the tree block, or the tree farm from the forestry mod. However, now we have to delve into some of their other tools, like this thermometric fabricator, to make what we actually want. And The reason for this is that they've changed the farm blocks to require electrodes, or tin electrons, or whatever they are. And basically we need these guys to make them. So this takes a bit of gold and a sturdy brass casing, which requires a lot of bronze. Or sturdy casing, which requires a lot of bronze. So we need to smelt up some bronze. Luckily with the induction smelter we can literally just do this and it will smelt us bronze. It basically will take the ingots directly for us and smelt them. It's pretty neat, I must say. I do like it myself. And it takes a little bit of power this way, and I need to actually get more lava for that to get it power, but it will get us what we want. So we now have 8 bronze. We're going to cast this in a circle and get ourselves the casing. The next step is to make the actual thing, which takes gold, a sturdy casing, some glass, and a chest. We have everything we need. We have the chests on hand, sturdy casing, gold, and glass. So put the chest in the bottom, sturdy casing above it, gold like this, and glass like this, and we now have the thermomic fabricator. This requires buildcraft power, same as most everything in this type of expansion. And to do that, we're actually going to go and we're going to go hijack some of the power we have coming out of this setup over here. The thermomic fabricator right here, and it will get all the power it might need from that little line. So we're going to put some glass in it, and it's going to start to melt them as soon as it gets enough energy to. So I'm not going to make you sit around and wait for that, so I'll cut back once it's ready. Okay, for whatever reason I had to route the power out completely away from the system separately. No idea why that was necessary, but apparently it was. So now we do have our molten glass though, and we'll be able to craft our 10 electrons that we need. Okay, so we are now back, and I had to make a quick trip. But so to craft the 10 electron, we just put some redstone in the corners, and then we take our 10 and make a kind of weird shape like that, and we should be able to pull them out like that. Now we have 4 10 electrons. Now the sad part of this is we need a lot of electrons for this, so we're going to have to be wasting a bit of resources. I'm going to go find out the exact number I'm going to want, and I'll be back in one moment. So turns out I'm going to want 36 of these. I'm not sure if I have enough tin on hand to make that many. I'm going to see how much I can make. Gonna need to add some more glass. Pull out more tin. 20. Ooh, I'm getting close. 24. 28. Alright, so I'm gonna have to go collect some more tin. I'll be back in a moment and add some more glass. Alright. So we're going to add the rest of our tin in. I don't think we'll need this much, and I grabbed a bit more redstone just on the in case. 32, 36. Alright, so now that we have our basic 10 electrons, we're going to be using these to make the multi-farm blocks. However, the multi-farm blocks don't only require this, they also require another thing that's a little bit annoying: stone slabs. Technically they require any of the farm blocks that we can see here. They require bricks, cracked stone, smooth sandstone, chiseled sandstone, stone brick, mossy, blah 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 blah. A million types of things, but they all require one thing in common: bricks. So unfortunately we're going to have to go smelt some smooth stone and then make bricks out of it. So this might take a little bit, so I won't make you guys watch that. But hopefully soon we'll have some cool looking blocks for you to look at. Alright, be back soon. Alright, the appointed time is upon us. We are now ready to start crafting. I'd love to show you guys the recipe, but not enough items does not seem to be able to pull it up. So I took it off of their wiki, and what we need is some 10 gears. So we're going to do that right now. Oh, and are we literally 110 short? I am 110 short. But anyways, we need to craft some 10 gears, and then we need to craft the multi-block farms. Oh, whoops. I forgot to craft that stone into a stone brick first. So we go like this. Now we have 40 stone brick. Then we go like that. Like that. There we go. And then put our tin electron underneath. Why is the recipe not working? One moment. Okay, minor technical difficulty. I need more copper on top of this. These are some expensive blocks. But there we go. 36 of those blocks now in our possession. Then for the rest of it, we need to convert some of these blocks into special blocks. This is the farm gearbox. We need one of those. Then we also need one of, whoops, was it this? I think it was 2 glass. There we go. Then we need one of these, the farm valve. So the farm gearbox lets it take power. The farm valve lets it take what's it called, water in. And then the final one you need is the farm hatch, and this lets you get items in and out. So alright, we now have all the blocks we need to start this farm, for the most part. We'll get onto that in a second, but for now let's just pretend we have everything we need, and we're gonna head out to go start making it. So we're out here outside the base, and we're up a little elevated, and there's a reason for this. Basically, the way that the farm works is you basically need to build a multi-block structure, and then you have access points where you can access it from. The cool thing about this multi-block farm is that you can basically have the farm at any layer you'd want. However, there is a restriction with the hatch, which is that with buildcraft pipes it will only extract them from the bottom. So in that light, we're going to need to build it a little elevated, basically enough so that we can get underneath it to do all our piping. So we're going to start off, and we're just going to make the simplest farm, which is a 3 by 3 by 3. And we're going to put on the bottom, we're going to put the all the big important parts. So back here, and I realized I kind of already started placing things too fast, we're putting the gearbox. Then in this corner over here next to the gearbox, we're going to put the valve, and then we're going to put the hatch over here. And what this is going to allow us to do is have access to all of our stuff from the bottom, which is where all our piping will be. And then we'll have the farm basically kind of floating in the sky. And there's a good reason to put it floating in the sky, and that's because mobs like to blow up your stuff. So we already talked about how expensive this was. No need to let it get any more expensive. And here we are. Beautiful. So it looks like they've incorporated the bees stuff into it. Huh. Interesting. So I'm just going to check over the stuff real quick, and then I'm going to be right back. I just had my first zombie pigman spawn. He spawned out of the nether portal. Cool. Free kill. Yeah, you're so dead. Yeah, you're dead. Don't even think about it. You need to even drop a golden nugget. The loser. Sweet, so we had our first zombie pigman spawn. So I figured out exactly kind of how I want to deal with this. We need to lay out our farmland, as it will let you know. Oh, I guess the tip's gone. And it needs to be made out of stone brick, just like the rest of it. That's why I said we had almost everything. Thankfully, while you weren't even looking, was making some stone brick. Because I knew this in advance, and so now we should have our stone brick to lay out our farm. So let's go over here and see how big we can make it. So it turns out we need a lot of stone brick for this. So I'm just going to start setting up what I can set up, but I basically need 72 blocks worth of material. That's pretty huge. So how it works is you basically have a 4 by 4 by 4 set of farmland, and so we're just going to build ourselves a radius 4 circle around our farmland. And yes, I know, circles are banned in Minecraft, but hey, sometimes you gotta do it. So this is actually working out pretty perfectly. It's going to line up nicely with our tree here. And basically once I get this farmland built, it should automatically be ready to start processing. However, we still need some other materials for a tree farm, and we'll be getting to those in a minute, but first I'm going to finish laying out this tree farm. Just wanted to kind of show you the basics of how you lay it out. It's basically just 4 away, and then 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, no matter how you look at it, and you make a nice little circle. So I'll get back to you once we've finished. Well, it looks like the zombies and skeletons and spiders and everyone else wants to come pick on me as I'm building up my new little thing. I even saw some creepers. I think 2 of them. So I'm gonna need to be very careful. Yeah, creeper, don't. Stop making holes in the ground. Oh well. Alright, yeah, there's another creeper over there and another skeleton. So yeah, I'm gonna just kill some stuff real quick. Killing things. I really should make more armor, but oh well. Okay, so now I'm gonna finish building. Okay, we are finally set up. We have our farmland established. However, it's not gonna be doing anything. And it won't be doing anything soon. I'm confused here and think that it needs hummus or humus, but it does not because they changed the recipe, so I'm utterly wrong. Sorry. That is hummus. Hummus is pretty easy to make. You just need apatite and dirt. Very simple. Or humus. I don't think it's pronounced hummus. Humus. Please don't kill me. Fertilizer is very easy to make. You just take some apatite and sand, and then you put it around a bunch of dirt. Very, very simple. So I'm going to make some of that real quick, and voila, plenty of fertilizer. I'm going to just go a little crazy. Voila. Alright, so then I'm going to put the apatite extras back, and put the sand extras back, just to keep my inventory clear. And then we need dirt, and I believe this one has plenty of dirt. Get lots and lots of dirt. Basically we need to surround the entirety of the fertilizer with dirt. So it's going to take a load of dirt to make this fertilizer, but as you see we get 8 blocks of hummus for all that work, so it's not too bad. We're going to make quite a bit of hummus here, just so that the farm can be pretty self-sustained for a bit. Alright. Running out of space even though I was trying not to. Alright, so now we're going to come over here to our farmland. We're going to put the hummus into the input slot of the farm, like so. And then we also need what it's going to plant, and that is saplings. And we have plenty of saplings over here, thanks to the retarded fact that we were harvesting a forest with a quarry. But see, it all came into my master plan. Then we're going to put the oak saplings in here, and you might be wondering why is still nothing happening. That's because it has no power. So we need to provide this thing with power, and we need to decide what way we want to power it. There's a couple of ways of powering it. However, the easiest, most obvious self-sustaining way of powering it is actually charcoal. And this is through the use of a Stirling engine. We shouldn't need more power than a Stirling engine provides, and I believe I have a Stirling engine stashed somewhere in the depths of someplace. Oh well. But yeah, so I'm going to use a Stirling engine to power it, and then we will use a powered furnace to convert some of the leftover logs into into charcoal, and then we will use that to continuously power it. So I'm going to get started on getting the resources together to get that started, and we will come back once I am ready. Alright, so we are already back here and have everything ready. I actually looked directly over that Stirling engine, so I'm sure some of people are going to be laughing at me for that. But we're going to place the Stirling engine like that, and we're going to toss some coal in it, good old regular fashion coal, just to get it started off. Put a redstone torch down so it can start. Helps if you place it actually underneath the engine. And here we go. power at last, and I believe this should be enough to start the basic process of, yep, there we go. It's saying no water. I'm going to add water in manually. We will be, however, setting up an automatic solution for this water. This is just to get everything started up and running. See, all these buckets I crafted are coming in so useful. Alright, so come on, start working. Oh, okay, that was a long process of trial and error, but what I found out is the old mod spotlights I watched were indeed old, and he changed the requirement from humus to dirt for arboretums. So this means I have crafted a whole bunch of humus for absolutely no reason in the slightest. And while that is disappointing, eventually I'm sure some of the other farm types will require it. But yeah, so it just requires plain old dirt. Yeah, nothing special. So I'm going to get some more dirt because I have so much of it. And we're just going to load it up with dirt. And that's pretty much going to be it for that. I mean, literally with that, it'll be done. I am going to grab some more saplings though. And yeah, it seems like it basically just uses the fertilizer on the humus and makes it so that you don't need to bother doing it yourself. So basically it almost acts like it uses the fertilizer in the hummus recipe for you. So yeah, now that we have the farm set up, we do still have a couple of other things we need to do. The main things we need to do is the automation. So for the automation, we have three things we need to automate. We need to automate the power source, which is coal generation right now. Then we need to automate the water intake. This can be done through a couple means. And then we need to automate the output. So basically how I envision this is very similar to my old farms. I'm going to route the output of the, how should I say, the output of the logs to a powered furnace, which is right in front of this guy. And the powered furnace will send out the items into this if it can, otherwise it will go into a chest full of coal for us. And then after that, all the rest of the harvested materials will be sent into another chest. And for the water, I plan on using the liquid transposer. And let me show you guys this recipe. So here's the liquid transposer. It is pretty simple. It's the machine casing, a bucket, the redstone reception coil, and some copper ingots. So I'm going to go get this all crafted up, and I'll be back in a moment. Alright, so that was really easy to craft. It barely even takes any resources. So we just need, what left? Glass and copper. Glass, copper, and we have a liquid transposer. Alright. Oh, shoot. The liquid transposer is not what I wanted this time. I am going to eventually want it, so I guess I don't feel too bad crafting it, but aqueous accumulator. Be back in a moment. Whew. Alright, so now we have the aqueous accumulator. Alright. So I'm gonna give myself some flack over that. That was just being silly. So what we're going to do is we're going to punch a hole in this, and we're going to plop the aqueous accumulator down right here in the water. This should mean it will generate water very fast when surrounded by water, like so. We will need to put torches to keep a nice steady supply of water, because I believe that water is going to re-solidify if I let it. But put torches there. I believe that should keep those two water spots melted. As you can see, this thing's already filled with liquid, so we're going to use Liquidux, and we're going to run a Liquidux straight into voila. And now this thing will automatically fill up with water from here. Very nifty. And now all we have to do is automate the items and the burning of that. To do that, we're going to need one more powered furnace. I don't want to take the one I already have over there, so we're going to need more bricks again, which actually that might be a problem. We might have to just borrow that powered furnace. Yeah, I think we're just going to borrow that powered furnace. Yeah, I was going to say we're just going to craft another one, but actually we're just going to borrow the power furnace because I didn't realize that that was going to be the issue. So okay, we're going to borrow the powered furnace. We need some piping, and we need some of the other piping as well. And I believe that should be it. Okay. So basically what we're going to do is we're actually going to break this engine. Poor positioning, I know. What we want to do is we want to split the power from the engine into two places at once. The reason for this is that we need to supply the power to the powered furnace and to the what's it called? To the powered furnace and to the machine at the same time. So to do that, we're going to place a golden conductive cable like that and like that. And then we will place the powered furnace over here. Voila. Place the wooden pipe like so. And then we will place the Stirling engine back down. Haha. Put a redstone torch behind it. We will feed it with one piece of coal real quick, just to get it pumping power. And then this powered furnace is going to be used to take tree logs, and we're just going to improv and get our own tree log real quick, just so we can get it started on the process. And it's going to convert them into charcoal. And that charcoal is going to take a nice and lovely path, and it will go over here, and it's going to split off into a chest. And what's going to happen here is that, and oh, actually I didn't want that pipe, I want this pipe, a diamond pipe here. What's going to happen is we're going to tell it, whenever it does make a piece of charcoal for us, we're going to tell it that we want charcoal to go over here, and if there's any extra, it's going to come to this chest. And then what we're going to do is from this hatch, we are going to run a gold pipe. The bottom should take out outputs like so, and we are going to run it, and it will run to this chest as well. Voila, like so. But it's going to have a diamond pipe as well right here, and on the output towards this guy we will put logs. Voila, like so. So okay, now that we got the setup going, it looks like it already burned out my first piece of charcoal. I'm gonna have to break this pipe for a second until I have a piece of charcoal that I can use, because I need to give the filter a piece of charcoal for the input. But basically this system is going to store everything that we get extra into this convenient double chest right here. And none of this is pretty, guys, and I know that, but I told you guys when this started I was going for functional. And so here we are. So in yellow we're going to tell it we want to put everything first, and then into green we're going to tell it to put one if it can't put it into the other one. Now technically we could just say put it into yellow only and it will go route to green if it cannot. Basically, if it can't go to where it's supposed to, it will choose the next most logical path that is not backwards, i.e. to red. But this is a better way of doing it logistically to me, and so I wanted to show that off to you guys. And then we'll put some coal in that again. And hopefully this will be able to keep itself self-powered while keeping this farm powered up. And so we have now regulated water, power, and item distribution automatically, completely hands-free. The only thing left to do is to handle the fertilizer. And fertilizer has to be added in manually. We can do this through two methods. We can input it into the, well, I just need to stop jumping around like a freak. We can input it directly, or we can take the slightly automatic approach of inputting it in the pipe. And what we do is we basically make a filter up here to take our apatite and send it down to over here and pump it into the farm via pipes. And I'm going to opt to do that, but not now. Basically, it doesn't consume fertilizer very fast, and for now we're just going to let it be as it is, and we will see how it runs. So I'm going to wrap things up for today, but thank you very much for watching, and I hope you guys have all enjoyed these videos. As always, feedback is appreciated if you guys have any comments you want to say. This is kind of my first time doing this, so any help is appreciated in terms of comments. Thanks, and have a great day.